Oh, what's up, dickhead? Alright, it's a little noisy in my house, but, we're gonna go and look at some fucking, what are they called? Oh, sorry, I'm a little explicit in my videos. Fuck is it? Alright, here, we're gonna go read some fucking entitled parent stories, because we fucking can. Alright, so this one's called My Parents Found Out That I Have Money, Wants Me to Give It All to Them. Alright. I made this account just to post this, because they won't stop bugging me. Backstory. So my parents disowned me for being an atheist. My family is very religious. They will look at you. They will look at, sorry, my phone screen is fucking messed up and I really can't read on it. They look at you like trash if you say you don't believe in God. They kicked me out and didn't support me through college. My last year of college, and I haven't spoken to them for almost 3 years now. Just a few weeks ago, I got word from my cousin that my little sister got hospitalized due to... The fuck does that say? I don't even know what this says. So I went to visit her when she was about to be discharged. When I got there, it was just my sister in the room. I asked where my parents were, and she said that they were trying to raise funds for the hospital bill. Turns out my parents' medical insurance didn't cover most of the hospital bill and left a large out-of-pocket cost. Around 26,000 Philippine pesos. Pesos. Christian, I'm looking at you. If there are any Filipinos out there, you know it. Fuck, can this guy spell? Blank this a large amount already. Fortunately, I was able to save up a lot the past years, so I went ahead and paid for it. When my parents came back, I told them it's already been paid for and that we're just waiting for the discharge orders. The first questions they ask is why was I there and where did I get the money from? I explained to them our cousin told me what happened and that I was saving money for my little sister's college. They didn't even thank me, and the next question they ask is how much money I have saved. I didn't give them the amount, but they insisted I should give it to them since my sister is living with them. I told them no, and that I will give it to my sister personally when she enters college. It's her last year of high school. That wasn't good enough for them. They kept saying they need the money, but won't even specify what the money would be for. I still didn't budge. A week passed, and they still don't stop bugging me, calling me ungrateful to them as my parents, so on and so forth, even asking my girlfriend to have her talk to me about giving them the money. This is an edit. Okay, well, I really didn't think this would get so much attention. I really just want to vent off some steam by sharing this. Thanks for the advice. Fucking learn how to spell, mate. Reddit, silver, gold, and platinum. Personally, I think your parents are stupid cunts. Excuse me, but, that's a little bit stupid. And, that's fucking bullshit. Okay, this one is called You Can't Use an EpiPen in Here. This one is gonna be fucking stupid, I bet. I feel like everyone says this, but I'm sorry for the formatting spelling. I'm on mobile. Yeah, no shit. Like the other fucking guy, probably. EP stands for Entitled Parent. CK stands for Clueless Kid. W stands for Waiter. And me stands for me, obviously. So, a little backstory. This story happened a few years ago. I have a severe nut allergy. Gay. So bad that my throat can swell and possibly close from even the smell of nuts. I was visiting my grandparents in Boulder, Colorado for a while because my parents, who I was living with at the time, were on a cruise in the Caribbean. I had stayed around the house for a while that morning and was getting bored, so I decided to go downtown for lunch. Hey, give me a second, let me just see if my microphone is on. Yeah, it's on, okay. I stayed around the house for a while that morning, and I was getting bored, so I decided to go downtown for lunch. I had been to a certain cafe which served paninis and other sandwiches for lunch. In Boulder a couple of times, so I knew it was safe to eat there. It was a nice day out, so I ordered a sandwich. I spelled sandwich wrong. Yeah, he's on mobile, so. And went to outside dining room. My food came relatively quickly, just as EP and CK arrived, so the entitled parent and the coolest child. Chloe's kid, arrived at the cafe. EP ordered a panini and a coffee while getting nothing for her son, which I thought was odd since he loudly complained that he was hungry multiple times since they walked in. Sorry, little fat fuck. They sat down at the table next to me, and I noticed their son staring at my food. I waved at him and then went back to eating my sandwich. EP got her food, and her son just started to complain that he was hungry again. She sharply whispered something to him, reached in her purse, and brought out a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for her son. I did not notice at the time, as I was on my phone still eating my food. It was only when I finished eating my sandwich that I started feeling choked. I immediately looked around me because this cafe was almost completely devoid of nuts. When I saw CK, Chloe's kid, chewing on a sandwich. Me. Hi, would you please tell me where you got that sandwich? CK stares blankly at me. Entire parent. That's none of your business. Stop bothering my son. I was starting to feel weak. Give me a second, guys. I just need to turn up my brightness a little bit because I cannot see shit right now. I was starting to feel weak. I always carry an EpiPen with me when I go out in public, so I took it out of my pocket when EP starts screaming, "You cannot use that here. I'll call the fucking cops, you pervert," trying to teach my son how to use drugs. The waiter rushes over. "Hello, ma'am. That is not a drug. That looks like an EpiPen." I could barely breathe at this point. I just need to get an injection. The woman then proceeded to snatch my EpiPen from my hands and throw it into the street. Another waitress ran out the door to retrieve my EpiPen, while the waiter starts yelling at her, while her kid starts crying. Waiter, what the fuck? He looks like he's going to die. He calls 911 while making sure she stays where she is. At this point, I'm curled up on the ground. Give me a second. At this point, I'm curled up on the ground, fighting for every breath. The waitress runs back inside and hands me the EpiPen. I could barely release the safety and stick it in my leg. The police arrive a few minutes before the paramedics do. First questioning EPN and the waiter, then arresting her after spotting a prescription drug bottle that didn't belong to her inside her purse. I don't know what happened to her kid, but I was taken to the hospital feeling much better after the EpiPen and released almost immediately after getting a new pen. Like this guy says, glad you're okay, but like I feel as though that's really dumb because how did she not tell the difference from the EpiPen and drugs? Like, the only reason you would know what drugs looks like is probably because you are a fucking drug addict, you stupid bitch. Sorry. Okay. Let's go and read another one. Okay. Bear with me here, people. I'm on mobile. Oh my god, everyone's on fucking mobile. This is probably the last story I'm gonna read because I can't deal with these people's fucking spelling. It's actually funny. Bear with me here, people. I'm on mobile. About a year ago, I was running a small video game tournament in the small company I owned. The wait list had a full list of 16 people, and it was fine until one person ruined it for all. Take a guess. Entire parent. Take a guess. EK. Yeah, me. LMAO. So, we were just starting up the games when a dad ran into the store with his son. We're here for the tournament. Oh, sorry, but the list is full. Well, then make some room. I can't do that. Listen, I can get you fired with the push of a button. How? I have been friends with the CEO of this company for a long time. Then call him. I watch him make a fake phone call, then hang up. He says you're fired. That's funny considering I am the CEO. EP's look of shock still makes me laugh to this day. So that was a little bit of a short story, so I'm gonna read at least, I would think, one more. Since, that was like fucking two minutes long, like not even a minute long. Oh, Jesus Christ, the fucking title. I do not care if you have cancer. My child deserves your seat. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be a shitload. This encounter happened about 7 months ago. I do not want to insult your intelligence because you most likely already know that EM and me stands for. What EM and me stands for. But I should say that EK in this story stands for embarrassed kid, and OG stands for old gentleman. 60-some-year-old guy. Sorry, I'm bad at reading. It's not even these people spelling. Maybe it's just me. The kid was very polite and sorry, so this story isn't about him. Also, I'm translating this into English, so bear with me. Maybe that's why. Jesus Christ. A little backstory. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer of the nasal cavity. Stage 2. The tumor was quite large, but thankfully benign. Edit. People have pointed out I formulated this wrong by benign. I wanted to shorten the fact it still did not spread into other tissue. Thus, it was still contained, I can't fucking read, or maybe it's just this guy, I don't know. Through the word meant, I apologize for my gaps in knowledge. To get it removed, I first had to undergo aggressive chemotherapy. Yeah, I can't fucking read. To make it smaller. Thanks to the chemo, I had severe alopecia. What the fuck is that? Give me a second. I'm looking what that is. What that is. Oh yeah, I literally just downloaded the app. What is it? Alopecia. Alopecia. Okay. Oh, it's like the loss of hair. Okay, just from those pictures. Doesn't even say anything. Okay, where were we? Wow, it literally says it right there. Okay, so it's hair loss, which made most of my hair and even eyebrows and eyelashes fall out. At some point, I had to go bald, but I wore a wig because I didn't want to look like a skinhead. Oh, that's fucked up. Neo-Nazi. A skinhead neo-Nazi. I'm 6'4" and pretty muscular, so I thought people would assume. That's funny. Why am I creepy? So once after a long chemo session in the hospital, I took the bus home. There's only one bus that goes from the hospital to where I live, so I took that one only to see if it was absolutely packed. I felt like shit thanks to the chemo, so I asked a middle-aged dude to let me sit. He was very understanding and gave me his spot without complaining. If you're reading this, thanks, bro. 2 stops later, enter entitled mother. A lovely wail within. I demand a parley with the CEO. Haircut and a 12-some-year-old kid. It took her roughly 5 seconds to see the bus was packed. To start looking for a free seat. She spotted me and started marching over, or in her case, trying to fit in the aisle between the seats while shoving others aside to me. When I saw her, I knew I was screwed. She then stood next to me and decided to talk to me. This is the conversation that followed. Hey, could you let my kid sit down? You mean me? Who else? Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm on the way from the hospital, and EM cutting me off. So are we. Nonsense. The stop was a few kilometers away from the hospital. My boy just broke his leg, and we're coming straight from the ER. Her kid was standing next to her without any support, clearly embarrassed. Me, he's standing next to you, completely fine. EM, look here. Look here, boy. I'm 21 years old. My kid deserves to sit down. Me, look, madam, I'm sorry, but I just got back from a chemo session in the hospital. I need to sit down and rest. I then moved my wig a bit to let her see my bald head. And tell mother, then straight up yelled in my face, "Stop making excuses and get off the fucking seat, you fucking skinhead piece of shit." Jesus Christ, that's a little bit much. At this point, I was baffled. I didn't know what to say. The kid was trying to make his mother stop, and we had the attention of the whole bus. She then grabbed me and tried to yank me from my seat. I held on tight and thankfully didn't fall off. Now enter old guy, my savior. Will you shut the fuck up, you dumb cow? Who do you think you're talking to? With an ice-cold voice. Stop assaulting other passengers or I will be forced to step in. Also, every dumb moron could see that the dude has cancer. No, he's just a fucking skinhead. Old guy. He's got no eyebrows, you twat. Oh, I love that word. Seems like that really offended EM because she spun around on the spot and threw a falcon punch in OG's face. I was shocked and in disbelief. Holy shit. The whole bus was flabbergasted, and the kid probably wished he'd never been born. Old guy then said something unbelievable, and a golden sweet karma moment followed. Okay, that does it. Harassing passengers on the bus, physical assault against a passenger, and now assaulting an officer. You're in deep trouble, lady. Old guy then pulled out a badge and told her to stay where she was. Then he pulled out his phone, called someone and told her she was being arrested. I couldn't believe it. Old guy was a bloody cop. Oh yeah, he's bloody. He's British. I already know it from using that word bloody. At this point, its how mother was as white as a wall. The bus had just come to a stop, so she decided she'd make a run for it, but other passengers blocked her way. She then also got charged with resisting arrest thanks to this. 3 stops later, a police car was waiting for the entitled mother and entitled kid. Entitled kid told me he was sorry for his mother's behavior, and I felt really sorry for the kid. He wasn't a bad child, but his mother was a hellspawn. OG then talked to me and asked me if I wanted to press charges, to which I gladly said, yes. I took a statement and thankfully was kind enough to let... Okay, Jesus Christ, I can't read. Thankfully was kind enough to let me solve everything on the phone, so I didn't have to come to the police station for questioning. In the end, entitled mother got some jail time. I think it was a few months and some community service. I, in return, got a good story to tell and the sweet taste of instant karma. Right now, I'm riding the same bus home as I just got back home from the hospital after a checkup, which reminded me of this. A friend who's sitting next to me told me I should post it here. He, as much as myself, also couldn't believe that such people existed, but it seems I proved it to him. I should also note that the surgery went well. I was declared cancer-free in November, and my hair is slowly returning. Also, I don't need to wear oh my Jesus, I can't read. I don't need to wear a wig anymore. Edit 1, spelling errors. Edit 2, thank you, kind stranger, for my first ever silver. Oh God. Okay. First of all, good for you, man. You got over your, cancer. I actually knew someone with leukemia. She sadly passed away, but I cried like a baby, but it's aight because get the fuck off my screen. I'm good now, so honestly, good for you, man. That's gonna be the end of it, and thanks for watching.